What if protest looked like this? A quiet movement, hidden in plain sight. A true story of connection, told like a documentary. We see the signs of strain all around us. Scarred landscapes, forests turned to ash. Oceans choked with our own creations. We also see the human response. Crowds marching in city streets, their voices rising in a chorus of concern for the future of our shared home. Amidst this clamor, however, some are choosing a quieter, more personal way to express their connection to the planet. Simple living turning back to fundamentals, finding meaning, not in consumption, cultivation, and care. And it is here, in the quiet solitude of a garden, that a most unusual form of protest has taken root. It begins not with a shout, but with a whisper. It is an act that, at first, might sound like a jest or a fabrication. People are tending to the earth with nothing on at all. This is nude gardening. It sounds strange, perhaps even shocking to some. But if we pause, if we quiet our initial reactions, and look a little closer, we might discover something profound. We might find that this is not an act of frivolity, but a deeply considered statement. It is a way for individuals to make a strong point about our relationship with nature, to feel an unmediated connection to the earth beneath their feet, and to express a profound sense of care for the land that sustains us all. This practice did not appear overnight in a grand, coordinated spectacle. Instead, it has grown organically, much like the gardens in which it takes place. Small, like-minded groups, secluded corners of community gardens, public parks. The story of nude gardening is not one single organized movement, but a tapestry of many different threads. It finds purchase where people already feel connected to the land, especially in towns and cities with vibrant community gardens. These shared green spaces are oases amid concrete and steel, where groups of friends and gardeners start small, private events. They cultivate plants and a sense of shared purpose. Gardening in the nude becomes a ritual deepening bonds with each other and the earth. It's a modern take on an old human impulse. These gatherings spread their message carefully. Participants post photos, online images that obscure faces, hands in the soil, bare feet on the grass. There are many overlapping reasons why a person might choose to participate in nude gardening, spanning the psychological, the spiritual, and the purely physical. Each one is deeply personal, a quiet revolution unfolding in the soil, yet connected to a larger collective feeling of reclamation. For a significant number of people, the primary motivation is the pursuit of body freedom. We live in a culture that often bombards us with narrow and unrealistic ideals of physical perfection, turning our very skin into a project to be managed. This constant pressure can lead to widespread feelings of shame and inadequacy, a sense of being perpetually at odds with our own bodies. Nude gardening offers a gentle, powerful antidote. In this space, away from the judging gaze of society, it is a way to declare that all bodies are natural, all bodies are worthy, and all bodies have a right to simply exist without judgment or apology. In the quiet, non-commercial space of a garden, the act of being unclothed is reframed. It ceases to be a performance and becomes an experience. Practitioners speak of the simple, almost primal, pleasures of feeling the sun warm their back, the cool breeze on their skin, or the soft, damp soil between their fingers and toes. These are sensations that are muted or lost when we are fully clothed, insulated from the world around us. This direct physical contact with the elements can be a deeply grounding and meditative experience, a sensory anchor in a distracted world. It can make a person feel their place within the grand, slow rhythm of life, fostering a sense of humility and wonder. By stripping away the layers of fabric, we also strip away the layers of separation, remembering that we too are part of this earth. To truly understand the impact of nude gardening as a form of communication, one must look beyond the surface and consider its powerful visual language. It's a language spoken not in words, but in actions, in presence, and in the profound connection between the human body and the living earth. It tells a story of vulnerability, resilience, and a radical reclaiming of our place within the natural world. Imagine a sequence beginning with a slow, high-angle shot, looking down upon a patchwork of green allotments. These vibrant squares of life are nestled within the grey, unyielding grid of a sprawling city, like emeralds scattered on concrete. As the camera descends, the larger pattern gives way to individual stories. We move closer, drawn into this pocket of defiance. Here is a vision of resilience, nature thriving in the most unlikely of places, a testament to life's persistent urge to grow. This is not a remote, untouched wilderness. It's reclaimed community space, carved out with intention and care. In this narrative, the garden itself is the hero, a living symbol of hope, regeneration, and the quiet power of collective effort. Now, we shift to the human scale, focusing on the rhythm of action and the poetry of detail. We see hands of all shapes, colors, and ages, turning the dark, fragrant alchemy of the compost pile, lifting handfuls of rich, dark soil, the very foundation of this vibrant ecosystem. A single seed is gently pressed into a furrow, an act of faith holding immense potential. The camera lingers on the intricate details, the rough, protective bark of a fruit tree, the delicate, life-giving veins on a kale leaf, the iridescent shell of a beetle crossing a stone path, a tiny, vital player in this complex web of life. Bare feet press into the cool, damp earth, grounding the body to the planet. These intimate sensory details draw the viewer in, inviting them to feel the soil, to smell the fragrant air, to connect on a primal level. It is only after establishing this deep connection to the place that the unclothed gardeners are introduced, woven gently and naturally into the tapestry. They are presented as part of the whole, not as a shocking centerpiece. Their nudity is a statement of belonging, not of exhibition. We see a line of people passing buckets of water, their movements fluid and collaborative, a living chain of shared purpose. A silhouette stretches toward the sun after a long session of digging. A group gathers around a wheelbarrow, laughing as they sort potatoes. The sound of voices, perhaps joined in song or a simple chant, fills the air. This is more than just growing food. Their garden work is another front in the same struggle for a more connected, authentic, and sustainable way of being. Of course, an act as unconventional as nude gardening does not exist in a vacuum. It raises important and entirely valid questions: safety, public decency, respect for the wider community. The groups that practice this form of protest are acutely aware of these concerns and typically go to great lengths to address them proactively. At the forefront of their planning is the principle of consent. These are not spontaneous, chaotic events. They are organized with clear communication. Participation is always voluntary. A culture of mutual respect is paramount. Clear rules are established regarding personal space photography interaction, ensuring that everyone feels secure and respected within the group. When we look past the initial novelty, we find that the story of nude gardening is not really about the absence of clothes. It's about shedding the layers that separate us from the world. It is about the presence of connection, a profound link to the earth beneath our feet, to the community around us, and ultimately, to our own true nature. This practice speaks to a deep and ancient human yearning to touch the living soil, to feel its texture and its coolness. It's a desire to feel the elements on our skin, the warmth of the sun, the caress of the wind, the refreshing touch of a summer rain. It's the need to believe that our small, simple actions can ripple outwards, contributing to a larger, positive change for the planet. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelmingly fast, this is a quiet rebellion. It is about the desire to see the world slow down, to find a rhythm that is more aligned with nature's pace. It's a conscious choice to step away from the relentless cycle of production and consumption that leaves us feeling empty. Instead, we can choose to build small, resilient gardens that can nourish both body and soul, fostering self-sufficiency and community bonds. So, the strange and memorable image of a person gardening in the nude is simply a vessel, a striking symbol for a much deeper message about our place in the world and our relationship with it. This connection is a single seed being placed carefully into the ground, an act of hope for the future. It is a plate of fresh, homegrown food being shared between friends, a testament to generosity and shared labor. It is a quiet conversation between neighbors over a garden fence, weaving the fabric of a stronger community. These are the moments that truly matter, ending with a simple thought. In caring for the earth, we may also find a gentler, more authentic freedom in our own skin.